Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. We're going to get right into the stock market technical analysis. We got a lot to go over. There's a lot in the charts that I'm seeing today, and a lot of things I want to cover for the potential of what might happen here in the next few days and really this week. So stay tuned. I think there's going to be a lot of good profitable trade ideas this week. All right, let's get right into it, guys. But before I do, thanks for everyone who joined the Saturday live stream. We do those live streams at about 9, anywhere from 9 to 9:30 Pacific time every Saturday. I cover stock market subscriber picks and charts, and we go through all kinds of trade ideas. So go ahead and join on that on Saturdays if you're interested. Next up, guys, check out my stock market technical analysis course if you're new and you want to learn this skill set. Okay, this is not something you can just jump in. And I know there's a lot of new traders that feel like they're geniuses back in 2020 and 2021 when the Fed was pumping markets. You could have bought anything during that time and it would have gone up. But now we've got more of a trader's market. The technicals do play out. They do work. Check out my course. I put together really a 5 to 6 hour video training course about covering all the different concepts that I do cover in these videos, but I don't, I really highlight that skill set in that course. And I priced it affordable for all, okay? So check that out, link in the description below. And then as I go along, guys, drop me a thumbs up. If you find value in the content, if you're making money from these trade ideas, give me a thumbs up on these videos. It helps the channel, helps encourage what I'm doing here. And I need encouragement from time to time because at the end of the day, this channel isn't a big money maker for me. A lot of the time, it's just a way for me to get my thoughts out on paper or in video format. And yeah, that's it. All right, starting off with triple Qs. We've got, nothing's going to happen today. We've got big FANG earnings coming out. Apple, Microsoft, the big earnings are coming out from these big tech stocks in the next couple days. So likely that's going to be, that we need to wait for those FANG earnings to get out of the way. So we could rally here. We could rally up to the breakdown point. If I look at triple Qs here on the hourly, we broke down right here at about it's about 335.90. So maybe we rally, I would look for any kind of rally into that level, whether it comes right after some of these earnings or maybe before or whatever. If you see anything at a rally into that level, that to me is an objective short area. So I'd be looking to short or sell. If you're long, maybe sell. But short into that position, into that level, that's key resistance. And from there, looking for lower prices. So that's it really on the hourly. Now, the key level of support that we're really watching, where if we take it out, we should just pretty much waterfall down, is about 318.50. All right, you see a nice impulsive break of that level. And that tells me that we're very much likely going to head straight down to about 300, 298, 297. Next level of major support right there in tech down there. So if you see that 318 start to get taken out, then yeah, that tells me we're probably heading a lot lower. Maybe it comes after these earnings with a big gap down. I don't know, but I just suspect we're not, really going to go anywhere until we see these earnings. So in the short term, probably just hang tight. Maybe we rally. Maybe you could, if you're active trader, maybe you could short, cover here and short it up to here. But in general, I'm just, telling people to probably just hang tough. Okay, IWM. So, if you go to the daily chart here, we're down at the level of support. You can see here, we hit support. It's about 188 right now. You can see there, hit it there, and there we are, basically right down there. They're rallying it right now. If I look at the hourly here, this is kind of the zone, the former zone of support, which is about 192.80. They're rallying it into that. That's probably going to be resistance right there. So I'm looking to actually, add or, I actually covered my short and I'm looking to, reestablish the short on this little bounce. But again, that's active trader stuff. Bigger picture, this is not going to do anything until earnings, but we are at, big support. We're there again, and we need to see this level get taken out, 188.04. Once that level goes, if it goes, we should head straight down to the next major level of support, which is about 173.50 down to about 170. Okay, that's big support right there on IWM. And I think we'll get it. All right. I am looking for more downside. We're back down here at support. We're just getting this minor bounce. I think we're going to get that. We are going to get that drop. All right. So what I'm looking to do is probably establish a new short, or just short this thing basically right where we're at right now. Let me go ahead and do that. All right. Next up, we'll look at the SPY. Just kind of a quick glance here on the daily chart. Now, I don't trade the SPY. I trade primarily the momentum indices. If I'm shorting something, I want to short the things that are going to fall the most, and that's typically tech and small caps. So that's where I prefer to short. But SPY, you can see we've got support right here at about 410.50. All right. And we're just kind of in between what looks to be resistance and support. Again, nothing's going to happen until after these FANG stocks get out of the way. So we could rally up to gap fill or up to 428.75. But you come down here and you take out this 410.50, and we should head down to about 400 as the next level of support. So looking for more downside in general. I am, whether we rally a little bit before these earnings, I'm still looking for more downside probably shortly after the earnings. We might pop on the FANG earnings, the tech stocks, but I'm looking for that to get sold into and for a drop after that. Okay, gold. So gold is at support. You can see I've marked out the second line right here. You can see these two wicks, wick 1, wick 2. And that's about 18.96. We've got a little bit of support there. And we've got a reaction so far right here. So 1, 2, 3. Good enough for, some minor support. I think we're heading lower in gold, to be honest. I think we're going to head down and hit this area about 1840 now. Maybe 1850. It really depends on when we get there. We might get a minor bounce here, though, up to about 1920, 1917. It's really 1917, basically. Maybe we bounce and then continue lower and do that. This is the big zone of support that I'd really be interested in buying at in gold. But the thing that's interesting in gold, GDX, so this one's got a little farther to go, it looks like. The 200-day simple moving average is about 33.26. So I am looking for at least a tag of that. That's going to be the first area that I'm interested in buying. And if we undercut that and come down to this area in here, about 32, 31, then that's the next area of major support. So I'm interested. This is kind of a buy zone for me, looking to build positions in gold and gold miners. I put out a sell signal in the miners the other day, a couple days ago, and we've just been plunging straight down. So a little bit more downside, and I think that sell-off will be done, and we're ready to load back up on these things. One thing, though, look at GDXJ. This is the junior miners here. You can see here on the daily chart, I've kind of marked out this downward trend line. Now, it's not perfect, but it's clean enough. We're close enough. We have this little overshoot here, but I do have 1, 2, 3. There's the high, 4 reactions, and then there's support. And look where we've fallen to right now. Boom, right at major support. This also has the 200-day moving average right here at 43.25. Big support here. Whether it goes down a little bit more from right here over the next few days, I think it'll be just kind of stop running action, where maybe we dip below and then they recover it, something like that. So I'm looking for this to be good support on the junior miners, GDXJ. So looks like they're going to bottom out first, then probably the majors, and then we should have a bottom in gold and look to load back up on these miners, at least in my opinion. Also, look at this PAS. You can see here. So we're below the 200-day right here, and so far selling down. Big support right down here at about 23.40, 23.50. It's this trend line right here on the daily. You can see support, or this was resistance all through here. There's another. And again, we broke out. We have a bullish breakout, and we're coming in for that back test. So I started scaling back into this today, and the lower we go, anywhere down into this, I'm looking to buy and continue to build a position here, because we are coming into big support. And I think this is going to be our last opportunity, or at least a really good opportunity, to go long these things before we get that next major leg higher. All right, that's what I'm looking for on these. So looking to buy these as they fall into their key support levels. Oil, here's oil futures. So again, we had the sell signal on Friday on the oil futures where it broke key support. I have that circle today, big gap down, and just more selling. So looks like this is kind of unwinding this oil trade. Again, retail, they're all piled into these oil stocks now. So looks like you're going to get a correction probably in the oil stocks. We're probably going to fall for quite a while, really. I'm not saying we're going down that far, but I do think we're probably going to correct over a period of time. It might be quite a while. So looking at some of these oil trades that I pointed out, DVN, all right, again, if I go to the daily, I gave you guys the sell signal in the comments of my video right here on April 21st. And, basically it's just lights out ever since, even if you took it at the very end of the day, this thing, and at the lows today was down 13% in a matter of 2 days. It's about 11% as of right now. Probably going to get a little rally and run up and fill this gap, I would think. So I'm looking to probably, we might run up and fill this gap like this and then roll over. That's probably what's going to happen. And then this other one, CNQ, another good one that is playing out. We got the sell signal on Friday. Okay, started to break. I shorted this thing on Friday, and so far gapping down today and selling down. So I think there's lower prices here. So there it is. There, 61.72 is the level I had marked out. Looked like kind of the first level of support, and so far we gap below it. So we'll see what happens. See if they can, rally this up and hold this level, or if I think it's likely going to prove as resistance. All right. So if you go to the hourly, you can see sell down. We might trade up into it, but I think again it's probably going to be resistance. We're going to roll over. There's always the possible to fill this gap right here. I don't think we're going to get it. I think this was the trap to trap the longs, and so I think we'll probably rally into resistance and roll over. KHC, you can see here on the daily chart, we're just walking up this upward trend line. Again, sold down on Friday. Today sold down, but basically holding support. So I still think we're running up to fill that gap up there at 48, I believe. Right there at 48. So yeah, still bullish on that one. Again, look at the momentum on this most recent rally here. We've got higher momentum than before. So we've got bullish momentum. Momentum's moving up. Price is moving up. We just have a minor pullback here. Okay, short trade ideas that I've pointed out recently. UPS. Again, we've got a bear flag, and it is starting to play out. So here's the flag pole. There's the flag right there. And it's really projecting us to head about right down here, anywhere from 160 down to about 156, 55. So starting to play out today. I think it will continue lower. They're stepping in and buying it a little bit so far, but ultimately I think this thing's going lower. I like it for more downside. UNP. UNP's already, you can see it's obviously continuing the bear flag as well. Bear flag here, flag pole right here. We've already started the bear flag, and it's projecting us down to about 215-ish. All right, so that should head lower. They might bounce it up, but it's probably going to get rejected at the 200. Any kind of rally will probably get rejected there at the 200, sitting at about 236 right in there. Tesla, this one should break, but again, this one's not going to break until the fangs break. So we got to wait for the earnings report. Tesla's already reported earnings, but this is going to trade with the other fangs. So let's look at those real quick. Apple sitting at the 200-day earnings coming out. So again, they're going to try to hold this 200 and keep us guessing into earnings. So at the end of the day, I'm just going to kind of hang tough. I'm lightening up on my triple Qs short for right now, just to we're probably going to be choppy for the next day or two while before earnings come out. This is coming out on the 28th, so that's a couple days. Microsoft, again, Microsoft's coming out with earnings tomorrow, it looks like. Tomorrow after the bell. So we'll have to wait. But we're probably going to chop around until then. And then Google, same thing, tomorrow after the bell. So tomorrow after the bell is going to be a big day. We're going to want to wait. We do have a breakdown in Google. But again, so if they rally it, let's say good earnings, they're going to likely get rejected at 24.97. Now, they'll probably pop it above here. If it's good earnings, they'll probably pop it way up in this area. And I think they'll be selling as it breaks back below that area. So look for that. Okay, and I'm wrap up with a new trade idea. We've got a sell signal on Nucor Corporation, NUE. It's not the best setup, but it is a sell signal, so I want to point it out. We just had earnings on this thing. It was up 10% on earnings, and they've been selling into all that earnings. So basically, it's already given back all the earnings bump and a lot more. We've got an uptrend to follow right here. So this is going back to the January time frame. All right, we got some support here. There's support. And you can see, boom, sell signal. Now, we need to see this close the day down here. We need to see it break. If they step in and buy and it's a false breakdown, then, you know, it's a bear trap. But I think we're going to get that sell signal. So just keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on this selling off. And then first, you know, I don't see support till about 126.22. Good support right there. So I think that's the trade right now is, you know, a continuation to the downside down to about that 126. From where we're at now, that's about a 20% drop, 19%. So I like it for downside. The only thing I don't like on it, the RSI didn't really have the negative divergence that I would look for. So we made a higher, here's a high, higher high, and then the momentum, we made a slightly higher high. So not full negative divergence. The PPO kind of an equal high. So we do have negative divergence there, kind of split. But in general, this is a sell signal. You don't always need divergence to signal a sell signal. And I'm taking the sell signal on face value until proven otherwise. Now, if they step in and they close it right at the trend line or something like that, I don't want to be short something if I don't have that sell signal. So I need to see the selling really hold where we're at today or get worse and continue to sell off. And then, you know, that's our profit target down there. We'll probably wick down and hit the 200 at some. We'll probably dip down, hit the 200 and recover and bounce. Okay, that's all I got, guys. Drop me a thumbs up. Check out the video. I'll catch you guys on